Sport-specific training and how exercises transfer. Dr. Verkhoshansky was one of the pioneers here as he started to use specialized strength training and develop something called dynamic correspondence. This system essentially looks at the similarities between movements from the time to force application to the muscle work regime. Dr. Bondarchuk took this a step further with his transfer of training, where he looked at exercises and their transference to the sport results. He believed that exercises exist on a continuum from general to specific. This classification system is set up as general exercises, which are exercises that don't repeat the competitive actions as a whole or in their separate parts, so a squat for a sprinter. Specialized preparatory exercises, these also don't repeat the competitive action, but they use similar muscle groups in their execution and similar muscle regime work, so explosive med ball throws for a jumper or a thrower. Specialized developmental exercises. These are single joint actions that duplicate portions of the sporting action. They repeat the competitive exercise in separate parts. This might be resisted runs for a sprinter. And competitive exercises, these are exercises that are identical or almost identical to the competitive event. Special exercises were created for high-level athletes as they had a large base of general strength and weren't going to get much additional benefit from there. Special strength exercises feed off general strength. So the goal of specialized exercises is to improve the motor skill to solve the motor tasks. However, it's not as simple as just randomly creating exercises that you think look like the sport. This is also a lot more difficult and complex to do in team sports. So to keep it simple, we progress from general to specific. You need a base of general strength to truly benefit from the specialized work, and you need to understand the biodynamics, the bioenergetics, and the biomotor abilities associated with the movements. Much of what you see people doing today when trying to replicate sport-specific movements is unfounded and incorrect. It's also recommended that youth athletes have a long period of GPP or general physical preparation because, again, before we need to worry too much about special strength, we have to make sure that the athlete has adequate strength in the first place.